evening, Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Lauren Naish, and here's what's making news in your region. A month-long crackdown by the Rcmp to reduce the number of distracted drivers in St. Stephen saw 32 motorists ticketed this April. Sergeant Peter Stubbs, the St. Stephen Rcmp detachment commander, announced the results of the initiative Tuesday, noting that the majority of the tickets issued in the St. Stephen area were at the beginning of April when the campaign began. By comparison, only 31 tickets were issued for distracted driving in the town during all of 2016. Stubbs says we all know distracted driving causes serious injury and even death. He says the Rcmp will continue to enforce the distracted driving law with a zero-tolerance approach. St. Andrews Rcmp were also keeping an eye out for distracted drivers last month. In his monthly report to Town Council, Corporal Jason Hansen presented the results from the traffic stops in the town during April.
St. Andrews Rcmp continued traffic enforcement with 14 check stops for stop sign, cell phone, and radar enforcement, in which over 550 vehicles were checked, and resulting in 6 traffic charges and 9 written warnings.
Mayor Doug Naish was pleased at the low number of infractions. He thanked the Rcmp and told them to keep up the good work. St. Stephen Elementary School crossing guard Dot Larson was honored this week for her 30 years of dedication to keeping children safe. The community turned out Friday to show its love and support to Larson and present her with a granite bench, which will be placed on the St. Stephen Elementary School side of the crosswalk on King Street. Local company Sticks and Stones Fabricating Incorporated worked with St. Croix MLA John Ames on the surprise. Larson, who will be 79 in July, received a lengthy commendation from Ames in the New Brunswick legislature Friday morning and later posed in the Senate chambers for pictures with Premier Brian Gallant, Ames, and Education Minister Brian Kenny. The tourist season in St. Andrews is beginning to kick off this month with Paddlefest Music and Outdoor Recreation Festival. The annual event will take place May 18th to the 21st this year and will bring hundreds to the seaside town to take part in music and paddling events. Luke McDonald is the organizer for Paddlefest NB. He said even though weekend passes and tickets for the Saturday night tent shows are sold out, there are still lots of ways to enjoy the music and events on the May long weekend.
There's still tickets available for our Friday night show at the main stage. We still have lots of late night entertainment in the bars and shows going on in the restaurants during the day. We have lots of paddling activities and kids events and a craft market on Saturday afternoon. So there's lots going on that people can just come down for whether or not they have tickets. So we encourage people to just come and enjoy the festival and the town over the weekend.
For information on tickets that are still available or the events taking place during Paddlefest, check out their website, paddlefestnb.ca. May is National Car Care Month in Canada, and it's the perfect time to start preparing your car for spring driving and summer road trips. Bill Gardner is here to share some invaluable maintenance tips and tricks.
As winter comes to an end and temperatures start to rise, we spring clean our homes, but we need to go top to bottom on our vehicles too to make sure they're safe and in good shape for summer driving. Now, May is National Car Care Month. I'm Bill Gardner. I'm going to give you some great tips on maintaining and protecting that big investment you have in your motor vehicle. Now, good place to start with our tires. Here's a brand new full depth all season tire. This is going to give us great performance in the springtime in wet weather. If you've got high kilometer tires on your car like this one, this tire is almost worn out. The tread depth is down, so we're going to have poor performance in wet weather. A tire like that needs to be changed out, and we need to check our tire pressure on a regular basis before we put our summer tires on, and at least once a month during the season, make sure those tires are properly inflated. Vision is so important. 96% of our driving decisions based on what we see. So if you've got wiper blades that are torn and tattered from winter driving, they need to be replaced. You'll have better vision and better safety. In the wintertime, motor oil gets contaminated, gets diluted with fuel on cold starts, contaminated with carbon, soot, and water. Water's a byproduct of combustion. It does get mixed with the motor oil. That's why we have to change the motor oil more frequently. If you do that maintenance, there's no reason why you can't go hundreds of thousands of kilometers on any of today's cars. For more information, you can go to quakerstate.ca.
Tune in for more car care segments from Bill Gardner on CHCO-TV this month. Those are all the news headlines I have for you this week. For these and other local and regional stories, be sure to pick up your copy of the Courier and Courier Weekend.